Your attention, masters, mistresses. All systems functional for the Everything Geek podcast.
Hey, this is Rich McDonald, and I play Commander David Mason on Call of Duty Black Ops 2. And you're listening to Everything Geek Podcast.
It's James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi and Master Plo Koon in Star Wars The Clone Wars, and you're listening to Everything Geek, the podcast.
Hey, it's Leif Gamfert. I played Uncle Ben's killer in The Amazing Spider-Man, and you're listening to the Everything Geek Podcast.
Hello, I'm Simon Fisherbecker. You probably know me better as Dorian Moldavar from Doctor Who, or the Fat Friar from Harry Potter. And this is Everything Geek Podcast.
Face it, Tiger. You just hit the jackpot with the Everything Geek Podcast.
You're listening to the Everything Geek Podcast, bringing you interviews from your favorite films and TV shows every week, and all of the latest news. Here's your host, Ruari Williamson.
Hello everyone, this is Ruari Williamson of the Everything Geek Podcast, presenting my interview from Film and Comic Con Belfast with actress Camille Coduri, best known for playing Jackie Tyler in Doctor Who, Miranda Green in Keen Ralph, Faith in Nuns on the Run, Nora in The Business, Shelly in Him and Her, Maureen in Hawks, Jenny Fox in A Prayer for the Dying, and Peggy Simmons in Synchronicity. Enjoy. Hello everyone, this is Ruari Williamson of the Everything Geek Podcast. I'm here at Film and Comic Con Belfast with actress Camille Coduri. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. It's lovely to be in Belfast today.
It's a pleasure to have you at the event and talking to us. Are you enjoying the event so far?
Oh, it's marvellous. It's full of just, wonderful people doing their thing. Everyone's passionate about the thing they're here for, and it's just lovely to see. It's nothing ever than positive, so it's always a joy, and it's really uplifting, always uplifting.
Yeah, that's really great. Now, for some of our listeners that may not be familiar with your background, can you tell us how you got into acting?
I wanted to be a nurse. And then I'm not so great with the blood thing, so I thought, I don't think I can do that. So I happened to be in a school play when I was 14 called, it was Oscar Wilde, The Importance of Being Earnest, and I played Cecily, and I just loved doing that. I loved being a part of the drama world, and then I played Eliza Doolittle in Pygmalion, which came afterwards, and everyone said I should do that and go to drama school. But then I auditioned, just by accident really. I went with friends to the Lyric Youth Theatre auditions, which were announced on Capital Radio, which is a radio station in London. It's a big radio station, and they announced it. So all my friends said, we're going to go and audition for this youth theatre. You should come along. And I said, yeah, I'll come along and give you support. And then I ended up auditioning as well, and so then I got in, and that was the beginning really of my big love affair with my job, my career.
That's really interesting, a great story of how a potential nurse becomes an actress.
I know, who knew, right? Who knew? Yeah. Funnily enough, my son is training to be a doctor. He's at med school. So it's in his blood, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's just hope no one gets his name wrong, because, it will raise the obvious question.
Always.
Yeah. Now, what were the biggest challenges you faced while working on Doctor Who?
Trying to keep my cool. I love that question. I've not had that question before, so I'm really grateful for that. Trying to keep my cool and not openly scream and run away from these monsters. I mean, I don't know how people do it, because I genuinely was afraid. And I remember wandering around in Cardiff in the back of a set. There was a lonesome Dalek, and I was on my own, actually in my dressing gown, just wandering about. I was going back to set, I think it must have been the dressing gown scene with Christopher Eccleston when he first comes to the flat. Do you remember that in Rose, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's correct. And your character Jackie tries hitting on him.
Yes,
I think,
exactly.
yeah.
So I was on a break from that and just wandering around, and I see this lonesome Dalek, and absolutely terrified me. And I scuttled away, and of course, no one's in it, but they're so eerie anyway. So that would have been one of the hardest things, because people. When you see people shoot and film Doctor Who, the energy it takes is massive because it's full on, you have to give 100%. And that, for me, was the easy part because of the love of the show and the love of the people that I was with and working with. It didn't matter that the hours went on and on and on, and we worked, till late. I just loved it. It was beautiful.
That's really great, and I'm really glad you liked the question. Yeah. What are your favourite memories from your time working on Doctor Who, if any?
There are so many memories that I will cherish. Some of them I won't say, they're private, and that's my thing. And then just also fiddling with all the buttons and the knobs on the TARDIS inside. That was just genius. And bouncing up and down in the Doctor's chair at the control thing in the TARDIS. I don't know what it's called, the chair. Does it have a name? Is it a special name or not?
I don't know.
That's a no.
Yeah.
Otherwise you'd know. You'd know, wouldn't you, if it did have a name?
Yeah, I'd like to think so. But if I'm wrong, my listeners are going to just give me absolute, no end of grief for not knowing.
Also, just some fantastic moments with the cast members. I particularly love being in the flat when we killed off the Slitheen with the pickled gherkins. Mickey and Jackie in the flat doing that stuff. That was very memorable to me. And all of it, where do I begin, where do I end? It's never ending. Christmas Invasion, David's first day, that whole episode was joyous. Moments with Billy, because I absolutely adore her. And both doctors were extremely so many memories. I remember David's first day when we all do you know the bit where he's better and we come out and we see him outside and he's with the Prime Minister, and I go, oh, you're better, because he'd been ill and we'd given him tea to make him better. It really works, by the way. And there was a moment then where it was all kicking off towards the end, and David, the doctor, turns around and says, don't you think she looks tired? And we all turn and walk away. And as we walked away, you couldn't hear, but we were all humming the tune, the Doctor Who theme tune, to ourselves as we walked up over the ramp. And that was one of the coolest memories I have, nice.
That's absolutely amazing. That really is, rewatching that will just be so different from now on.
Yeah, you'll hear it now. When you see us all turn and walk away, think of the dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, and then you'll know. You'll be there with us.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. Now, everyone has to be very serious on the set of a film or a TV show, but there are always funny moments like bloopers, people messing up lines, etc. Does any stand out, like any mistakes you've made or any you've seen that you can think of?
Actually, no, not really. I think everyone was terrible. It was full on, 100% steam engine. So I know there's something I did that I shouldn't have done, was when we were filming yet again the Christmas Invasion, and we were inside the Tyler's flat, and the Christmas tree was at its, I think it was spinning, and we all ran off in different directions, and I had to run off in one room, but I ran off into the room with Billy and Noel, and dived on the bed with him and said, I don't think I should be here. Oh God, I think I should be in the other room. Oh no. And so, yeah, we did that again. Camille, you should be... No, I know, sorry, I forgot. Oh, awful. And that's about the only... There were some funny moments, of course, when John Barrowman was on set. I mean, always hilarious. When you had to hide behind... I remember hiding behind him and just laughing into his back, into his coat, because he was hysterical and I had to be serious. And I just stood and hid, because he's a terror for making you laugh. So, yeah, lots of those memories as well.
It's the best kind and worst kind of person at the same time. You know, ones that'll just make you laugh out of nowhere. Now, finally, Camille, do you have any upcoming acting roles or any other projects that you would like to talk about?
Well, I have been offered an amazing play, but I can't really talk about that because, you know, that has to get to fruition. But it's wonderful. What else is coming up? Yeah, I can't really talk about that. But, you know, there have been recently, last year, but sort of just coming out to like now, done a short film with, which might be going to the Brooklyn Film Festival. So that's it, really. Nobody wants me. I'm old and retired.
No, you're really not.
I'm having such a great time with my friends and my family, I must say. But you know, there's things going on. There's things definitely going on, which is exciting. I can talk to you more about them, but hey.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to finding out more eventually. It's been a pleasure talking to you today. Make sure to check out our podcast links. Check out our website, website.everythinggeekpodcast.com/EGP. Check out our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/everythinggeekpodcast. Check out our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/user/everythinggeekcast. Check us out on Twitter, twitter.com/everythinggeekp. Check us out on Instagram, instagram.com/official everythinggeekpodcast. Check out our Mixcloud profile, www.mixcloud.com/everythinggeekpodcast. Email us at the following email, everythinggeekpodcast@gmail.com. Check out our companion podcast, Everything Geek Comiccast, www.facebook.com/everythinggeekcomiccast. Make sure to check out the hosts' YouTube channels. Mine is www.youtube.com/user/separatist-destroyers. Check out Camille Coduri's full list of credits on IMDB. www.imdb.com/nm0168554 and check out channel 1138 where we broadcast live from, www.channel1138.com. Geeks out, everyone.
It's an amazing feeling, really. Obviously, it's all by chance that I got into it, and after doing The Silence, being offered to do The Foretold was amazing. To have my own part and be credited for it was...
As long as you can film it in Cardiff. But or a little bit we went to Spain. Sometimes people go to London, but it can be anywhere. So it means you have such logistical problems, and it also means at the beginning of, you know, when you